And yes, we are live. The mindset parenting from purpose. If you can see me, you can hear me. Let me see you in the comment section. Tell me that you can see me, you can hear me, and you are set for today. So I shared a few warnings at the beginning of this webinar. I want you to know that is actually all for real. Don't kid yourself. All right. Team, I can see Tuesday live on my stream. Is that correct? All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. Now, one day, your child will live in the mindset that you have built, not the rules that you have enforced. And the question I want to leave with you, even before we start, is what kind of mindset will your child live in? I want you to answer that question as we go. Now, warning, if you're a new yada, I want you to bear these three words in mind. In the words of Coach Chinda Chinda, all right? Inner circle will fight you. I need you to write it down. All right, team, I still have this cover wrongly placed. Thank you. Inner circle will fight you. Inner circle will find you. Inner circle will feed you. If you can put that somewhere in your mind, please deal with it. Sorry, just give me a minute. Let us get this. Okay, I can. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for being here. The truth of the matter is that, so if you've written these three words for first-time yarders, inner circle will fight you, inner circle will find you, inner circle will feed you. At some point, you're going to hate my examples. At some point, you're going to say, what is she even saying? And do your nose. I know all of that. At some point, you're going to get angry. At some point, you will rant. At some point, you will say, what am I even doing here? Must I be here? Why is she talking like that? Who the hell does she think she is? I hear all of it. My examples might look like I know you personally. I don't. My words might pierce you. It's not intentional. So I was reading the story of John the Baptist. And John the Baptist was talking to the Pharisees when they came to him for baptism. You know, that was in John chapter, I think Matthew 3, chapter 1 to 6. And, you know, he was abusing them. And that's why he called them brood of vipers. But, you know, it got me thinking, why did John get angry? Why was he so aggressive? In that moment, he was supposed to be an apostle, right? He was supposed to be a steward of whatever it is that Christ was bringing. Now, people with urgency act with urgency because they take responsibility, they confront issues head on, and they need to communicate boldly to ensure the desired outcome. John was an impact maker. And yes, and the governor is here. Shout out to my amazing husband. Please, don't be jealous, please. And I want to shout out to all the Yada fathers. You guys are amazing. Now, one of the things that I have learned is that impact demands urgency, and urgency communicates with authority and clarity. So John modeled it perfectly. So when you get to that point, bear with me. Somebody reached out to me and I sent a voice note. And she said, oh, you talk so softly, but our webinars, it's as if I said, that's it. The calling doesn't allow you to be you sometimes. So bear with me. Now, before we start this class, I want to reset your mind. And I want to actually get you to understand something. The other day I was talking at one of the, I was speaking at one of the voice notes. And I said that if you don't steward what God has given you, you will not be named, you will not be remembered, you will not be chronicled. Now, you can exist in a prophetic generation and still be skipped. See, not every person in God's story is remembered. Yeah. It's only those that steward their seasons, they are the ones that are recorded. So it's not just philosophical, it's not philosophy, it's Bible truth. So I was going through, I'm currently reading the book of Matthew. You can join me. I was going through Matthew, and the first thing that hit me while I was doing a Bible study some time ago. I read Matthew we read Matthew with our son, and he said something. He said, why were some people named, some people were not? So all the generations, the Bible said, from Abraham to David are 14. 14. David unto carrying away into Babylon, 14. And then from carrying away into Babylon to Christ are 14. On the surface, it looks like genealogy. No, it's deeper than that. That is God teaching us purpose. That is God teaching us alignment. The genealogy teaches us this. Relevance is cultivated. It is not inherited. Now, God is a God of patterns. God is not a God of randomness. So every number in the scripture carries meaning. Creation followed the pattern of days. Feet followed the pattern of days. Journalists followed a divine order. And one of the things that you will see is that some generations were skipped. Genealogies are very selective when it comes to the patterns of God. Now, presence without stewardship does not qualify for mention. Some of us are going to be present in the life of our children without a mention. Many kings in Judah existed historically, but did not steward the promise. So God did not chronicle them. You can live in the middle of God's story and still not be remembered if you don't steward what has been given to you. Parenting is part of those things that have been given to you to steward. I want you to come into this year realizing that, see, you are not here to play. No, you're not. So as parents, it's critical for us to understand that you don't just raise children who are successful. You raise children who are purpose aligned and faithful stewards of their season, because generational impact is not automatic. It's cultivated. It's not inherited. Through obedience, through alignment, through responsibility. God skips name, but he never skips purpose. Only those who carry the promise remain in the record. You can live without being chronicled. Steward what is in your hands. Your season, your children, your resources, your opportunities. Steward it. Your name, your story, your legacy depend on faithful stewardship, not presence. So you can be present here. You can go through the inner circle and still not be able to get that thing. Existence is common. Stewardship is rare. You can exist without stewarding what you're giving. History record, carriers, not complainers. Not complainers. You are here to carry forward. It's alignment, it's not age. That's what qualifies you for remembrance, even as a parent. There are some parents who will not be chronicled, not because they didn't give birth or they were not there. You can be there and not be remembered. Your season is being counted. What are you doing with it? Steward your season. Secure your name. That's how to secure your name. That's it. So, one of the things that you must understand is how God works. How God works. So some generations were skipped, not because they didn't exist, but because they failed to steward the promise. So presence alone is not enough. So heaven will record those who advance purpose, who carry the covenant, who steward what is given. Your child is being given to you to steward. That's the principle of life. That's the principle of parenting. Don't raise children who are successful. Don't. So today I want to remind you. You don't raise children just like that. Now let's go. You don't raise children with rules. You raise them with mindset behind the rules. Because what you tolerate today is what will eventually you will have to manage tomorrow. I want to change your mindset about parenting today. So every person, all right, that I want you to actually begin to look at how you are parenting. And the first thing that we want to do today is to look at how you see parenting and how you need to stop seeing parenting. Stop seeing parenting as just the fact that you're raising good children. I want you to have a mindset shift. Start parenting as building names that will be remembered in heaven. That's how I want you to start to look at parenting. Is it just about raising children who are obedient, or is it really about raising children who can be chronicled? So it depends on your mindset today. So let's look at the family mindset archetypes. That's something that we created to give you a base to what it is, the conversation that we're having today. Now, imagine a family as a home under construction. One partner is a builder, focused on growth, structure, discipline. The other is a reliever, focused on harmony, comfort, peace. Now, different family mindset emerge depending on which role dominates the thinking of the household. So a home can be peaceful, yet unprepared. The fact that your home has peace might actually not be that the home is prepared enough to build. So let's look at those different mindsets. Number one, the blueprint mindset. I call it the builder-led family. This family has clear plans, real routines, expectations are like the blueprint of the house. Now, the builder, it's about structure, the progress. So this family tone is organized, consistent. Sometimes the children, can be rigid. Now, the reliever's role, now we're trying to ensure that you understand that the blueprint mindset must have that balance. It's important for you to note that there are things that every family must steward. So when we started the inner circle, what we started on was that you would need to create your family value system. I don't know how many of you did that assignment, but somewhere in your mind, you thought you were doing it for coach. I'm here to announce to you that I'm stewarding what has been given to me. My husband is here, we're working, we're stewarding it. If you decide not to do the work, you're on your own. So everything we are doing stands on the base of that your family value. Everything. So if you have the blueprint mindset, which is one of the mindsets, right? Originally mindset. This is you plan every week, you plan reading, you plan this. The builder ensures this happens. And of course, you now have the reliever who now makes fun, makes it rational and all of that. What are the pros of this kind of mindset? Children will learn discipline. They will learn responsibility. They will learn order. But what are the cons? Too much control can stifle creativity and expression. So the blueprint mindset is one mindset. All right? Number two, you have the flow mindset, the reliever-led mindset. Life goes with the flow. What will be, will be. The family has warmth. There is fun. There's emotional safety. But sometimes it is chaotic and inconsistent. Now, in that role, there's still the builder and there's still the reliever. Now, the builder will try to enforce some structure, but oftentimes is compromised to maintain harmony. Is that your home? You know that, yes, this one in the flow place. You're probably the builder. And let me say this, God has raised families so that there will be a builder and there will be a reliever. So every family has a builder and a reliever. So before you begin to fight, ask yourself, am I the builder or am I the reliever? Because I found that many times, I see parents, my husband is not following, my wife is not following. So every family has a reliever or a builder. Which are you? So if you are the builder, that means your role is different. If you are the reliever, that means your role is equally different. So if you are in that role, one of the things you need to begin to ask yourself is, what kind of mindset does my family generally have? And what role am I playing in that family as at today? So if you have a flow mindset, that's a reliever-led family. It means that the builder is the one that is going to struggle. That's what it means. So you are building. Some of us are even neither builder nor relievers. Yeah, we're just everywhere. Okay, but because you are in the yard, you started to build, and then now instead of you to actually begin to do it gently and find a way and understand what mindset and how to change it, you find out that many times you are fighting. I always say to yarders, anybody who is fighting, I don't know you. I don't know you. And fighting is not our way. So if you are a builder, your responsibility is not the same as a reliever. Your responsibility is not the same as reliever. And if you don't understand the role you are playing, you will mismanage your energy, you will mismanage your expectation, and your family will fail. So the builder is the one who sets direction, establishes the routine, thinks long term, carries vision, structures, future consequences, and all of that. The builder must operate with a construction mindset. The builder must operate with a construction, not a convenient mindset. So if you are a builder, you need to begin to think about construction. Builders think legacy, relievers think relief. So when a builder starts thinking like a reliever, the family will be stagnated. So the reliever is the one who maintains the flow, who reduces the pressure. You don't want to have two people, everywhere there's high tension. I tell you guys something that is very, very interesting. And in this builder reliever sequence, you might be a builder in one way, and another person is a reliever in one way. And then another person is a builder in one way. Another person is a reliever in one way. So I usually often say to you that my husband is the first parent in the house. Yet, fathers, are you here? I'm about to pull your leg. You are the first parent. Every job given to a family was given to the father. We are helpers of your ministry, sir. That said, ma, a helper must be as strong to help the person he's helping. Have you ever seen a helper not running and not knowing what to use to help? That's a bigger role. But that's a conversation for another day. Now, my children were describing how I wake them up. I probably must have woken my children up maybe 3 times in their whole life. I'm not there. And they were describing how their father used to wake them up. Their father used to, their father will come, make it. My father that practices is the parent that is the practice of intentional parenting. We at the back, right? And he will go, and so my children said to me, "Mommy, have you seen how you wake us up like in the last times?" I'm like, "You guys are old." Then I just come and say, "You know what? The sleep is okay. It's okay. Stand up. Let's move." I can't even laugh. The day I heard it, I was like, okay, now that's the thing. I told you that you're going to hear a lot of stories about me being in the yard, right? Real stuff. And then they said to me, "Mommy just wakes you up and say, Ayo, stand up." And the next thing, and then our daughter said to me, "Mommy makes it look as if sleeping is a sin. Like, you just hear, it's enough. Up on your feet." My goodness, up on your feet. It's okay. And then if I say, "I don't understand. Am I not supposed to be asleep?" And then you're still trying to stretch out of the bed. When I say chop, anyway, that was trying to bring a little bit of relief to you, right? So that you don't feel the mass a lot as we're going. Okay. Now, the reliever, so in that space, my husband is the reliever. Okay, the reliever makes it fun. So I asked him, I said, "Am I supposed to be begging you to wake up at 16? You guys, please." And they were like, "No, that's not how it's done. You need to go and take some lessons." I said, "Okay, I will." But you know what? I'm just trying to tell you that the reliever is not weak. A reliever is a strategic support. Stop fighting. But here is the danger. A reliever-led family will always struggle to build. So that's why even as a reliever, you must be mindful. Because if you lead with that relieving, mindset, then you're going to run your family into trouble. Why? Because flow without structure creates movement without progress. Flow without structure creates movement without progress. Now, the flow mindset can be a trap. So when a family runs on flow mindset, let's just see how it goes. We'll handle it when we get there. Let's not stress the children. Why? What you actually have is a reliever-led system. And in that system, builders will feel frustrated. In that system, structures will keep collapsing. In that system, the future is underfunded. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because the reliever has the tendency in that system to actually become that person that just says, it's okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Now, some families have neither builders nor relievers, which is one of the biggest problems. Most of us are coming from the place where there is neither a builder nor a reliever. I'm coming there. But let's finish the mindset. Then we can talk about this conversation. Now, there's the growth mindset. The growth mindset. That's the balance builder reliever sequence. That's the family that emphasizes learning, developmental, character building, balancing discipline and future and all of that, encouraging growth-oriented, adaptability, mistakes are teachable moments and all of that. The pros, children become resilient and responsible. The cons, you require both parents to consistently align. One of the things that we actually put there, all right, is that you would need to grow and grow together. So Moses and Jethro, for instance, Moses wanted to handle everything, builder. Jethro advised delegation and balance, reliever. So together they built a sustainable system. So children have routines, builder, but there's also space to express and make decisions, reliever. So that growth mindset, requires that you still have, this in place. Now there is number 4, the survivor mindset, the crisis-focused mindset. Most of us grew up in the survivor mindset. The crisis-focused family. Life is reactive. Survivor mindset. Most of us are coming from there. Children learn resourcefulness under pressure. There is chronic stress. There is fear-driven obedience. There's lack of proactive growth. Do your homework now before something bad happens. So there's family operates in crisis mode instead of planning. And because most of us are coming from survivor mindset, believe you me, that's where most of us are. That's the truth. I want you to sink it in. That's where most of us are. That's where most of us are coming from. Because survival is what we know. Stressful, urgent, reactive. That's why you have a problem with planning. That's why you have a problem in structured spaces. I was having a conversation with a team member of mine, and I said to him, I was asking him, I said, why are you creating urgency where there's none? It's a survival mindset. I said, you are in a structured system. You know how things work. But you're trying to say that, I am in that space because, everything is emergency. Discipline, emergency. Everything is a crisis. It's a crisis. So this family is neither a builder-led family nor is it a reliever-led family. It's crisis-led. This is most common family operating system. That's most common. So what crisis-focused family looks like? Life is reactive, not intentional. Decisions are made under pressure. Parenting is different. What will go wrong? What will go wrong? If you don't do it, if I don't flog my child, hey, my child will be useless. You are still in that space. You are agitated. You're scared. You're scared because you're in survival mode. What if I finish intentional parenting now? Hey, I don't know whether my children will still. So I paid all this money. Hey, I paid money. My children might not become good. Come on. You're in survival mindset. You're creating, the kind of urgency you don't need. So it's not helping you to settle in. And then you get into the inner cycle. There's structure. You are even angry at the structure. Why must everything be a certain way? Why must they plan? Is it military system? Yeah, that's your trauma speaking. That's your trauma speaking. I've heard it a lot. And in that mindset, you only act when something is about to break. Some of you are getting into inner circle when something has happened. Kitty, kitty, kitty. You are running kitty, 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 kitty. You can't have peace. You can't even survive and parent well. You can't even parent with confidence. You don't have the confidence that what you're doing is right. You are constantly second-guessing yourself. You're constantly asking questions. Are you sure? Are you not sure? No builder, no reliever. You are not a builder. Your spouse is not a builder. You people are just moving on the floor. You're not even on the floor, because on the floor, at least there's a reliever. So there's no builder, there's no reliever. Manage today, worry about tomorrow later. Crisis families operate with a survival mindset. Let's just get through the phase. We don't have time to plan. All this planning. They tell you to plan your parenting. You are angry. All this planning. How many planning did our parents use? Exactly. Our parents raised us on survival mindset. Crisis focused. Crisis focused. So children raised here, they are highly resourceful after under pressure. That's all, spa. Quick thinkers in emergency, yes? But there's a cost. There's a cost. While the children learn survival skill, they also absorb anxiety-based motivation, fear-driven obedience. That's why you hear many children say, behave so I don't get into trouble. Study so I don't fail. Fear-driven. So obedience is produced, but not from wisdom. Obedience is produced in this family, but never from wisdom. It's produced from fear. Now, what the crisis-led family lacks is that almost always focusing on proactive growth. Now, so the crisis-led family will resist growth. You tell them, you need to be in the inner circle, you need to be in couples conclave, your children need to be in BLA, they need to join Money Click. All they can see is, what rubbish. Did our parents pay money to be here? Survival-led. So you rather everything become urgent. You rather everything become, nothing is intentional. When everything is urgent, nothing is important. Did you hear that? Now, the core problem, the issue is not that crisis, families, crisis family don't care. The issue is that they are parenting from fear instead of from foresight. They are two different things. So family is always responding instead of designing. They're always repairing instead of building. You're always surviving instead of stewarding. You can't steward what God has given you in a crisis-focused family. Never. Because you are more focused on dealing with crisis than planning your life. So most of us have lived in that life for so long. And I tell you for free, that's where many of us are. That's where many of us are. So a family that lives in crisis mode will produce adults who wait for pressure to perform. You don't perform until pressure comes. You don't. You hate plan things. You struggle with self-direction. You need somebody to push you, move. You can't self-lead. It's a problem. You confuse urgency with importance. That's why you can be on the phone and scroll for 2 hours watching VDM. Of course. Because for you, it's urgent to watch it. Why? So you function well in emergencies, but you struggle with peace. You struggle with planning. You struggle with purpose. So crisis should visit your family, not lead it. Crisis should visit your family, not lead it. So pressure can train skills, but it will not raise your children. No, it will not. So the goal is to remove, it's not for you to remove challenges. The goal is to move a crisis-led family parenting to that mindset of a visionary parenting. All right? So the next one is the visionary mindset. The next one is the visionary mindset. The visionary mindset is the parents that, is big, dreaming big. I call them the dream-oriented family. Spiritual, relational growth takes center stage. The builder plans steps. The reliever inspires creativity and emotional courage. The home is excited, faith-driven. Children grow up expecting possibilities, not limits. Their subconscious is fed. Do you know what I have understood? Most of us who grew up in survival mode have the wrong mindset to even think of abundance. Do you know that if your mind tells you it's not possible, that's the first thing that comes out. You are in survival mode. You're just surviving. You're in crisis. So every family has a unique mindset tone. The energy of the builder gives it structure and growth. The energy of the reliever gives it warmth, love, and harmony. So intentional families balance the two. That's what happens when your family become intentional. Now, let me circle back to what I was saying earlier, right? I said that there are families that you come to, there is no reliever, there is no builder. And part of that family is this family now, right? We've already shared about this survivor family. Now, one of the things that happen is that one of the ways that you need to begin to deal with it is actually to find and create a builder. Find and create a builder, right? So if you are in that space where it's just reaction, just urgency, just noise, everyone is everywhere, doing everything, owning nothing. And when everyone is everywhere, nothing gets built. Nothing gets built. So if you're serious about a change, one of the things you need to ask yourself today is, what mindset dominates my family? What mindset dominates my family? It is you that will do. Coach Wendy will not come and do it for you. I can only say what I hear. I can only say what I've been curated by God himself to send to you. But you are the one that will decide truthfully that this is the mindset I'm coming from. Am I functioning as a builder or a reliever? If you have none of the two, then somebody needs to build it. Right? So, if you have a family with no reliever, no builder, you need to now begin to create a system where you will build either the relievers and the builders, or both of them. But most importantly, the builder. Because it's important that you put all of that in perspective. So if you are a builder, am I allowed to build? If I'm a reliever, am I supporting the vision or am I replacing it? That's another part. That's another conversation altogether. So I want you to answer those questions yourself. So even for those of us who have recognized that they are builders, are you really building in the light space? So a family with no builder, no reliever does not have a system. It's just reaction. Nothing is intentional, nothing is sustained, nothing is carried, nothing is curated. So the work is no longer managing behavior. The work is to build a system. So the problem is not whether your children are misbehaving or not. Is the system curated? That is the problem. So what must happen next? If your family has no builder, you must intentionally create them. You don't wait for personalities. You see all those things is a scam. My personality is this. Personalities and temperament, they are not destinies. You will need to create. You can't wait. I'm not a natural leader. You design roles. And while both roles matter, a builder's role is non-negotiable. Builders will not. And while both, relievers will preserve peace, builders will preserve future. Without a builder, vision is absent. Without a builder, direction is unclear. Without a builder, progress will be accidental. You will make progress, but it's just an accident. You can't take it back. You can't document it. You can't process it. Progress. So you'll be counting progress because you don't understand the process. So this is where the mindset shifts into responsibility. Am I a builder? Ask yourself, am I allowed to build? Building yourself as a builder will be taking up a challenge to say to yourself on this journey, I need to build me. It comes back to you. Now, every single one person here is a builder. Whether I said earlier that you flip through the roles of being a builder and being a reliever in your home, depending on what you guys are stewarding by time. Depending on what you guys are stewarding by time, there are some areas of our family life that I'm the builder. There are areas of my family life that I'm the reliever. There are areas of our family life that my husband is the builder. There are areas of our family life that I'm the reliever. And I recognize each and every one of those roles. And you need to build it. So it's not an option to be a builder. So, I'm sure many people are listening to me and say, it's my husband that is a builder. I will allow him to just be doing, you are also a builder. Every single one person is a builder. Every single one person. It's my vision being, neutralized. Are you looking at that vision even as a builder and building something else? Is there a vision the family is running on? Is there a vision a family is running on? And if there's a vision, then what you need to do is to go and circle back and ask yourself, am I aligned to that vision? Do I have the ability? Am I creating structure, systems, standards? A builder without a permission will burn out or shut down. So you need to create family harmony. And that's why I'm always excited when I see spouses in the yard. When I see spouses in the yard, I'm always excited because you are able to build together. So if you're a reliever, you need to ask yourself, am I supporting the reliever in any aspect? Any aspect. Am I supporting the vision or am I replacing it? Some of us have become relievers in an aspect of our life. Let's take parenting, for instance. Some of us are relievers in parenting, but we have replaced the vision. So, am I reducing pressure or am I removing responsibility? Are you bailing out? Which one are you doing? A reliever who replaces vision does not relieve. They weaken the system. A reliever who replaces vision does not relieve. They weaken the system. So relievers are not meant to just, sit down there and just say, and all of that. Builders are not meant to just manage emotions. And everybody we need to build because it is an interdependent relationship. That's how the Master Conclavite says it. Shout out to you, the Master Conclavite, Coach Kule Uloge. And if you're not a conclavite, why? Baka why? All right? So it's interdependent. So there's nothing like you are the one that does it. That's the kind of the families that we saw growing up. It's my father that does this. It's my mother that does it. So nobody's involved. There's no, it's just survival. So there's also an unhealthy competitiveness between spouses. Some of you are there. The worst thing about the things you see, they program your mind. You don't unsee what you see. You don't unsee what you see. I see you, Mr. Marvin. That's a very amazing thing. You don't unsee what you see. So you need to be careful what you show your children. Do you know that all the bad marriages you saw, your parents exhibit to you, is affecting you? You need to replace it. And replacing it is that you're here, ensuring that you are putting up, doing things that you need to do, and replacing the neurons in your head. Because they were the templates. They were the blueprints. What have you seen? Ask yourself. It's not the time for you to see a course and you say, this is not this. I don't know whether I should be in. I told someone recently, I was sharing with Yadas when we were doing a book review, Yadas of 2025. And I said to them, I said, currently, we have something called spousal bank. If you're angry for nothing. My children will not marry on the road. It will not happen. It's not even something, not even a conversation that we're having. You just go coconut somebody from the road. Makagini. As per one efulefu just come and just say because they just woke up from somewhere. What did you see? What you saw is an important fact of your life. I'm careful. And I've told my children, I say, what are you seeing? So one of the categories, Yadas, stand up. There's a lot to do. We can't finish. I'm a Yada. I'm a Yada is not by mouth. It's not by mouth. I'm a Yada. Oh, yada. This is why we're going to choose spouses for our families. Where else? What are you talking about? Are we doing this work just for that, like that? There is a reason why we're doing what we're doing. And yes, for those of you who are just new Yadas and are thinking, what's God saying? Is she going to change these people's? What is she? Don't worry, you get it as we go. You get it. You get it. You see, there's no it pleased down me. I was still having a conversation with our daughter on marriage yesterday. Our daughter is 16. We're having marriage conversations since. I believe in marriage. I believe it's an institution that makes you. But I do not believe that it's something you should make a choice based on how you feel. It's a destiny-making choice. If you miss it, your destiny is at stake. Completely. And I know what I'm saying. Because I've watched my husband do marriage counseling for 14 years, and I can tell you for free. It determines everything in your life. Everything. Everything. So you need to show up and show up hard. You need to show up and show up hard. So if you are here and you're just doing, we're even doing reviews of the children that you have. If you want, don't be using your eye to do review of people you meet and how you're meeting them, how you're connecting. They say come out for state event, you're not coming. Come out, you're on your own, recluse. Your children are going to be in one corner with. Anyways, we will come there. I'm not saying much. You are your reading group, you are wondering, should I be there? Duh. Yesterday, a 68-year-old Yada sent me a message. I was in tears. It's been her third year in the yard. She has struggled with her 40-year-old. And she said, Coach, I'm going to send that voice note. She has given me permission to send it. And she said, Coach, she said, you don't understand what has happened to me. 68-year-old. May we not live in regret too? You see all these things that we're doing, we're saying it. She shared about her marriage. She shared about her journey. She shared about 40 years of misery. Let me not say some things. Let's go. But you see this year, steward what you have been given in your hands. Take it serious. Parenting is my life. That's the way I look at it. Parenting is my life. Yes, it is. It is. So if you don't look at it in that way, marriage is a destiny molder. Hey, can either make you or marry you. Let's go back to what we were talking about. So you need to begin to understand that families don't break down because of lack of love. They break down because of lack of structure. So you need to reset, identify the builder, empower the builders, align the believers, and build the system. Peace comes after structure, not before it. Not before it. There are a lot of things that were giving me grief last year with my team. I came out this year and I said, this lack of structure now. What's going on? And that's all I've been able to do. The truth of the matter is that where structure is lacking, you will struggle. You will struggle. You will struggle. But let's go. All right. How mindset sets the tone in parenting. Let me tell you a story. I love this story a lot. You know the man by the pool of Bethesda? John 5:1-9. A man had been invalid for 38 years. When Jesus asked him, do you want to be healed? The man said, Sir, I have no man to put me in the pool when the water is dead. While I'm trying to get in, someone else pushes me down. Can you see? Some of you are like this person. Victim mindset. He's focused on what lacked. A helper, an access, opportunity. Yet, help was standing right in front of you. He didn't even answer that question. Whether he wants to be healed. What he said in that moment is complain. Some of you are in the inner circle, you came with complaints. Hey, I don't know. You've not even learned anything. You're complaining. I don't know whether it's working. Excuse-driven thinking. Excuse-driven. Excuse-driven. You are full of excuses, different kinds of it. He blames circumstances for his inaction. Circumstances. Hey, my other is not following. Hey, I'm not following. How about you? Can you focus on you? Why are you focused on the next person first? You too, you are coming from a lot. You are coming from a lot. Your spouse is suffering a lot. You want to drown yourself in a lot. Save yourself first. If you don't save yourself, both of you will drown. That's where to start. That's where to start. Abigail needed to be wise to save her husband that was foolish. The only reason she didn't perish is because she understood that she married a foolish man. And then she used wisdom. Wisdom. That's how she actually navigated to be able to save herself and her generation. Think. So I'm sure she attended courses to make herself wiser. Because when you're rolling with a foolish person, you're probably going to be foolish. But save yourself first. Focus on you. Stop making excuses. That guy was full of excuses. He blamed everything. And then there was passive expectation. He waited for someone or something external. There's nobody who will put me in the water. Are you listening? There's nobody who will put me, even after 38 years. He had not considered acting differently, trusting someone, begging someone around there. You've been in the inner circle. You've not connected to one person. You've not even sent a message, Coach, I need help. Because somewhere in your head, there's a passive expectation. You're not focusing on saving yourself. Save yourself. All of us need saving. Save yourself. 38 years of stagnation. Are you not tired? Some of us are in their 40s, stagnated. You just wake up every day. You just leave. Are you not tired? Save yourself. We're saying you should read a book. You're saying, hey, this is the coach is saying, hey, book. I don't even have a copy. You're so casual about life. The Bible says, woe to them that ease in Zion. You're at ease. There's too much ease. You're not even in a hurry to get out from the pool. You're waiting for somebody to come and throw you in. We provide everything. You're still full of excuses. Hey, I didn't see this thing yesterday. Hey, can somebody help me post? You're still in the place where you think that your cohort should not be pinned and focus on you with so much resources given to you by God. And you're wasting it. You're wasting away your life. Save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself. Stop being casual. Stop it. There's so much for you to do in your life. So since you have been at that pool complaining, hey, Nigeria is not okay. Hey, these children, this generation of children, hey, what has changed? Which is my question. What has changed? Nothing. That guy wasted long seasons. That guy wasted opportunities. That guy he delayed. His life was defined by what he could not do. Then there was another guy, the centurion, who believed even without seeing. You're in the yard. In your mind, you're thinking, what is it that they're going to tell me? All these things that they are saying, self. Maybe they said once you finish your webinar, your body is doing somehow. Let me see now. You even came with this mindset. You can't be transformed. There was a Roman centurion in Matthew 8:5-13. He said he came to Jesus asking him to heal the servant. Can I say, Lord, I do not deserve for you to have you under my roof, but say the word and your servant will be healed. Right mindset. Faith over the circumstances. He believed healing could happen anywhere without needing to see or manipulate the situation. He was active trust in authority. He recognized that Jesus' authority spoke with confidence. In the yard, I'm not your sister. Neither am I your daughter. My parents are here. I am me that is sent for such a time as this. Don't get angry about it. It's the truth. That's the mindset you need to come with. Solution-focused thinking. Focus on what God could do, not what he lacked. Immediate healing. Faith produced result. He moved into his season and experienced breakthrough, no delay. The blind man and the centurion. The blind man, same people looking for same thing. And that's why in the inner circle, everybody comes and everybody picks different things. Because it's your mindset that will determine what it is that will happen. So stop complaining. People who complain don't go far. They don't enter the promised land. I saw it in the Bible. All the complainers from Egypt, everybody who left Egypt didn't enter that promised land. Because they complained so much, there's no result. You will never have result with that mindset. Oh no, you will not. You will not. If you're like that man by the pool of Bethesda, I want you to ask yourself, am I waiting for something or someone to move? Or am I stewarding what God has given me right now? You're waiting for somebody to push you into your reading group. You're still asking, where's my reading group? Which one is it? You're waiting for your team lead. Your team lead came like you came. Come on now. Came like you came. Take it seriously. Take it seriously. Number one thing that you want to note, how mindset sets the tone in parenting. Mindset determines your emotional temperature. Number one. Your mindset, how you think about parenting, your children, yourself. Destiny shapes your emotions in every interaction. Directly. So, and if you think destiny and you think that there's a place your children are going to, let me give you an example. If they bring Trump's son today for you to raise, and they say to you, this is the son of the president of the United States of America. I'm using the United States because that's the most powerful country in the world as of today. And then you have that son in you. Won't you go to any length to ensure that that boy becomes? Scratch that. If some prophet comes to you today and tells you that your son is the next president of Nigeria, it is done. And that you need to do everything to get that child to that place. Oh boy. You will pay me 1 million for courses. You will do everything that needs to be done. You will take him to Ivy League schools. Why? Your mindset about that child is different. If you can see the messiahness of your child, you can steward that child to destiny. Did you hear me? If you can see the messiahness of the child, you can steward that child to destiny. Every child comes as a messiah. The Bible says that saviors. It's not one. Saviors. There are saviors. You can raise your child as a savior. You can raise your child as a savior. So I want you to reset your mind. Stop looking at your child like, this every time. So picture, the reason you can call your child stupid, idiot, big head, is because you don't know who you are raising. If you know who God has created your child to be, there's some words you won't utter. There's some words I've never uttered to my children. Not because they've not made me angry, but because I know that I'm stewarding messiahs who are saviors onto a generation. It's my job to bring it out of them. It's my job. So if your mindset is, my child is learning, my child is growing, your tone will be different. More patient, more solution focused. But if your mindset is, these children are deliberately misbehaving, they are frustrating me, they want to annoy me, they send these children, they send them to you. Who sent them? Your children react more to your emotional temperature than your words. A stressed parent will create stress. That's the truth. Number two, mindset shapes language. The words you choose come from the belief in your mind. Stop crying, stop shouting. Oh, behave. All those things is your mindset. It's a mindset. So the tone of your voice, the words you speak, even your body language is a flow of your mindset. Do you know I've never believed that my daughter, I've never believed that my daughter, I'm using my daughter because I know that girls can be quite stubborn and the Tima will know. By the way, if your daughter is not in the girls' hall, why? So I've never believed that my daughter will not listen to me when I'm leading her or give her instruction or something. I've never believed it. It's not in my mind. It's not even a mindset I have. Yesterday, I was having a conversation with her, and I had other people that were talking about marriage and we're talking about building your home and all of that. And she asked a question, and I said, "If I give you that advice, won't you believe?" She now said, "Why not? This is something that I'm following your lead. Is a belief. Is a belief. Is a belief. What do you believe?" I don't believe that. Oh, before your son even comes out, hey, they tell you, hey, 15-year-old boys, they are very stubborn. 16-year-old boys, very heady. Boys are, even by the time you're giving birth to a boy, people are telling you that boys are heady. Boys are very, difficult to parent. That's the mindset you have come in with. And that's the language that you have. So you have that language of that mindset. So you speak like that. I've never believed that boys are difficult to raise. I've never believed that there's anything like terrible two. I've never believed it. My children were not terrible at two. Such words. Yeah. My children were not terrible at two. What is that? It's the words that you use. It's a mindset. What mindset do you have? I've never believed that I can raise my children and all the intentional parenting I'm doing. I don't know whether it will work. How? Never. The Bible says that the expectation of the righteous shall never be cut off. Which Bible do you guys read? Come on now. From what I know and from what I read, it's impossible. It's impossible. So I speak with that confidence. So if you hear me speak with confidence, it's powered by a mindset. Powered by a mindset. If my confidence rubs you off wrongly, you're on your own. Because there's a mindset I have that can't be changed. It doesn't matter the circumstances of what is happening to my children at the time. Even in their heap of their misbehavior, I know that I'm stewarding messiahs. I am aware of it. I am aware of it. What level of awareness you have. Number 3, mindset sets expectations. Your mind tells you what is possible for your child. Limiting mindset. Well, then she will never focus. She's always messy. Low expectations, low patience, high frustration. Do you know that expectation is a key thing in parenting? Yeah. I don't expect anything from my children. Come on, how do you raise anybody without expectations? The Bible says that the expectation of the righteous. So there's an expectation even as a righteous person. There's an expectation. So you raise children without an expectation, you make a mess of them. My children have an expectation. They're expected to do things a certain way. They're expected to live life a certain way. So it's that mindset that helps you. That mindset helps you to actually be able to look at this thing. So I was writing, I think that should be, let me check, parenting advantage. Okay. In the parenting advantage, one of the E's that I wrote as an advantage of child is expectation. Expectations. So one of the things that you want to do is to create expectations and speak it. My child is learning to focus, figuring things out. You're going to get to the point where children rise to the energy and expectations you communicate. Hey, mindset creates the atmosphere in which growth happens. Let me say that again. Children rise to the energy and the expectations you communicate. Mindset creates the atmosphere in which growth happens. So sorry about that. That was a bit cut off. All right. So the expectation, that's why the Bible says that you should speak the things you want to see, not the things that you will see. That's it. All right. So, mindset determines your energy. Mindset determines your energy. The way you think affects how much energy that you bring. Positivity, negativity into your interaction about how you think. Stress mindset. Hey, parenting is tiring. That's how you sound. Most of you came in, hey, this parenting thing is hard, though. Inner circle, hey, inner circle is so hard. I don't know what we are going to, I can't handle it. This is so tense. Hey, stress mindset. Empowered mindset says parenting is challenging, but I'm learning and I'm growing with the child. You are more patient, you are more hopeful, you are more energized. Parenting is the hardest job to do. However, it's one of the biggest jobs that changes you if you apply yourself. It's one of the biggest self-development process ever that can exist because it can change how you think. Oh yes, it can. But if you want to stay in that place, parenting is hard. Parenting is hard. It's not a parenting plan. You've heard me say it before. It's not a parenting plan. The plan will be, how do I begin to look at parenting? I enjoy being a parent. My husband and I love being parents. Yesterday, we had conversation after we had midnight prayer with the twins. We had conversations with them, gist, and all of that about like 1:30 or so a.m. Because it's fasting period, yes, and we're praying with them since they're still around, right? So I love having my children around. I just love. Do they do things wrong? Tell me about it. But I just love it. It's my mindset. My mindset is a mindset of what a blessing to have children. Yeah. What a thing to be a mother. That's my mindset. That's my mindset. Is it going to come with challenges? Yes, but bring it on. That's the same thing. Inner circle is going to come with challenges. Then the mindset will be, but this challenge will break me and mold me. Break me and mold me. You need to begin to tell yourself today, write it. I love being a parent. I love being a parent. I look forward to being a parent. Even if you're not married, begin to infuse it in your head right now. Make it a part of you. It's a process to be enjoyed, not to be endured. You don't endure parenting. People tell you, oh, after this stage, everything is going to go away. That's how children behave. Never take it. It's a wrong mindset. It's a terrible mindset. Don't take it. That's a wrong mindset to ever have. That you're looking for a stage to pass. Enjoy it. Your children do not have the opportunity to be toddlers anymore. Enjoy their toddler period. This morning, I came out and I saw a second sitting room when I was coming back down from my room. And I saw the middle parlor, like the family lounge, like we call it. And I saw, in the night, the pillow was here. I'm a very organized person, if you know me. And then I was going to say, just imagine how disorganized this place is looking. And I just smiled at the next instant. And I said, in how many years down the line, I won't come downstairs and see any pillow scattered anywhere. Such a perspective. And I just passed and I just said, wow, this is so nice. So in 5 years or even less, my children are not going to be here scattering pillows. So why won't I enjoy this moment and use it to be teachable and be more relaxed at it? Stop fighting. Hey, it's as if your children have gone away already. Come on. It's as if your children have already done, they've killed somebody. Nobody died. Nobody. Stop doing it as if somebody died. That's survival mode. You see that thing you do as if when your child does something, you want to slap them immediately, like somebody has died. It is survival mindset. Get out of it. Get out of it. It's not for you. And lastly, mindset shapes consistency. Mindset shapes consistency. Consistent parenting requires a steady inner compass, which comes from mindset. You see, all these, I'm not consistent, I don't know what it is I need to do, and all of that is a mindset thing. It is. confused mindset. I don't know what is right. I don't know what is inconsistent rules, unpredictable tone. You tell yourself that the mindset is that this is important to me. I'm going to show up regardless. The other day I was having a conversation with Gov, and the Gov was sitting with me, and we said, we've not missed any PT anything. His mindset, though. The first thing we told ourselves is that we're going to be so involved in school, like our life depends on it because he does. Are we busy? Extremely busy. Sometimes when parents come to me and say, coach, I'm very busy. If I show you my calendar, you won't survive my calendar. You can't survive my calendar. I'm not making mouth. It's the truth. You can't survive my calendar. But yet we show up every day. Hard as it is. Hard as it is. We show up every day. Every day. Every day. Is it easy? But that's not the plan. It's not supposed to be easy. Parenting is supposed to rally you. It's supposed to tear you out. So change your mindset. The mindset of consistency is the mindset that you need. Consistency is what builds trust. That's how you can be trusted. Mindset determines whether you can maintain it. So your mindset is the invisible parent in the room. It dictates your tone. It dictates your energy. It dictates your energy. It dictates your patience. It dictates ultimately the environment your child will grow in. When I was looking at a particular Bible story in John 6, some people said what will happen will happen. They are usually victims of life. John tells a story in chapter 6 about when Jesus was feeding the 5,000. A miracle that came from a lot of intentionality. Now, in that John chapter 6, you will see that Jesus asked Philip, where shall we buy bread for these people to eat? Mindset. Philip immediately thinks practically. And the first thing Philip saw was limitations. And Philip said, even if we walk, it's not enough. It's not enough. Andrew brings what little they have. He said a boy has 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and then gives it to Jesus. Now, parenting is not about waiting for what will happen to happen. It's about taking what you have, your influence, your time, your love, and acting in the now, and acting intentionally. So you need to have a creator mindset. You need to have a creator. If my child misbehaves, there's nothing I can do. That's a victim mindset. Anything can happen. There's really nothing I can do. That's a victim mindset. A creator mindset will say, I have guidance, I have systems, I have values, I can teach, I can listen to this inner circle webinar. Just like that small boy's offering. It seemed insignificant. A voice note, this webinar, the book we're reading, everything in between, the course you're supposed to register for, emotional intelligence, all of that, your consistent action may be small, but that's what produces the miracle. Number 2, see beyond limitations. John chapter 6 shows that miracle happen when we trust possibility over impossibility. As a parent, if you think she will never listen to me, she will never focus, you have opted a victim mindset. So shift your mindset too. God has given me tools in the inner circle and the wisdom and the influence to be able to shape my children. Your mindset sets the tone. That's what is important. So before saying what will happen, ask yourself, what can I do today intentionally to actually help my child? Parenting is not about letting life happen. Miracles come to those who act, who give, and who believe. This is very important. Let's quickly run through the 8 laws that shape your parenting mindset. Parenting is not just about what you do, it's about how your mindset works. So your subconscious, your belief, your thoughts set the tone. All right? And that's it. Now, number 1 is the law of belief. Your parenting reality flows from your belief. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. That's one of my favorite scriptures. As a man thinketh, so is he. Law of belief. Have you ever noticed that when you want to buy a particular car or you just bought a particular car, all of a sudden you begin to see that, oh, okay, even before you buy it, because you believe that it's possible, you see it around you. Now, your subconscious acts on what you truly believe. If you believe your child is capable of growth, your guidance will reflect it. But if you believe that nothing can change, it will reflect it. When Moses was leading the children of Israel, Exodus chapter 3 to 4, God called Moses, but he initially doubted himself. But once he believed that it was possible, he led effectively. Speak positively about your child's potential. Even in the moments of struggle, your belief shapes the environment they grow in. Number 2, the law of suggestion. The law of suggestion, what they say. Now, let me pause there. This is why I say, let everybody around you be in the inner circle with you. Yes, some of your friends have missed inner circle for 2020. They missed it. Register for 2027. Begin now and begin to tell them why they need to be there. The law of suggestion is very heavy. It's a law of environment. And I often say that environment is bigger than value system. Now, your subconscious is highly receptive to the suggestions from yourself or even from others. So the words you speak will shape you or even the words that people speak to you. You know that time that you go from one blog to another, one parenting YouTube to another, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because the law of suggestion is taking place. You're learning different things that will conflict your mind at the end of the day. That's very important. You need to be very careful. And I'm going to give you scriptural reference to it. So, when John the Baptist, the Bible said that John the Baptist at some point got angry, right? He got offended. Do you know what happened before he got offended? So the Bible said that there was a part where people were coming to John. Go and tell him, are you not the one that they say was coming? He said, I'm not the one. I'm not the one that said, I'm coming. There's one that is coming that I'm not able to tie his laces. They say, what are you talking about? All this thing that happened. All this is it the one? You are the one that have done the work. Hey, they were choking out until John got to a point where he became offended. The Bible didn't record that he listened to them. But the Bible recorded that John became offended when Christ didn't show up. And it was counted against him. It was counted against him. Such a powerful prophet. His head was beheaded. Because of the law of suggestions. The people who were speaking around John were speaking things in his mind he didn't even recognize. Suggestions are powerful. The things you read, the people you follow. You see all these, you go on social media, you're following everywhere. Every video you're playing. I see people, hey, see TikTok video, you listen. This one, you follow 1 million parenting coaches. The law of suggestion, it can make a mess. Can make a mess. I saw this myself, the Holy Spirit showed me this thing some few years ago. John the Baptist was suggested to. So those things you're hearing, those things that they say, these intentional parenting things that they are doing, no, you don't need to begin to fight people, but curate your environment with the things you hear. Curate it. And see, stay in the place of alignment. You see, when you get into places like this, already, I was looking at the team, the system. I was seeing that there's registration for Inner Circle 2027 is already on. So cohort 1A is already been, people are flowing in. Now, there are people who have understood that this is the environment that makes me. You need to get to that point. That's where we are. So that you don't get into a place where suggestions will mar you. You might not take those suggestions, but they are your subconscious making judgment calls. They are in your subconscious making judgment calls. Be careful what you hear. It's not even what you listen to, because you can hear and not listen. Be careful what you first of all hear. I'm reading the book, the Power of the Subconscious Mind. If you understand how much the mind is being fed, if you understand how much, you say, "Oh no, my friends are not like that." I have friends. We even brag about it. I have friends that are bad, but I'm not bad. I'm not that kind of person. You're dead in that circle, completely dead. You heard me speak with Baba? Completely dead. Get yourself out of those spaces. The law of suggestions will make a mess. Your mindset becomes a mess, even without you knowing it. The day you will make judgment calls, your mind will make judgment calls for you. Your mind will make judgment calls for you. Number 3, the law of expectations. The law of expectations. The law of expectations is a law that expects greatness. The law that expects greatness, not failure. Why are you expecting failure from your children? Your subconscious fulfills what you consistently expect. Expecting success is what nurtures confidence. Expecting failure is what invites frustration. Why are you expecting frustration? When Jesus was feeding the 5,000 in John 6, the disciples doubted. But the boy who offered his loaf expected them to be useful. Yeah, nobody talks about that boy. Expectation of contribution enabled a miracle. That was his role. They asked him, he believed that what he had could feed 5,000. Expect positive behavior. Expect guide corrections when necessary. Your calm expectations is what set the tone. Expect the best. Why are you expecting the worst? Oh, I don't know whether this child, I don't even know what is going to happen to this child. I expect the best for my children. My expectations are clear and they are high. No. He said the expectation of the righteous shall not be cut off. I'm a righteous. It can't be cut off. And I'm not afraid to expect it and to say it. Number 4, the law of visualization. See the outcome before it happens. The subconscious responds to vivid mental imagery. You see success mentally. That's what prepares your eye for alignment. When Joseph was in Egypt, he dreamt of his destiny and he refused to let his present hardship derail his vision. That mental clarity guided every decision Joseph made. Every single one. Have you visualized your child growing up into responsibility, obedience, character, not just reacting to misbehavior? Have you visualized your child being there? And that's why that book, Parental Launch Plan, is our anchor in the yard. I hope everybody has a copy and you've started building it. You build it. The first question is, where do you want to see your child at 26? That's visualization. And the law of visualization is powerful. Begin to think about a thing, you begin to see it. Everything is built twice in the mind. Mental success. You need to be successful mentally because before you can be successful physically. I need you to see. I need you to see. Who can you see? Number 5, the law of repetition. Consistency is what forms habit. Now, repeated thoughts and actions trains the subconscious, shaping automatic responses. When Joshua was leading the children of Israel to obey God's command, there was, what he said, it's a daily meditation on God's word. That's what created stability and success. The Bible says in Joshua 1:8, he said, if you meditate, you will make your way prosperous. Note, that is not God that makes you prosperous. You will. I won't go there. You will make yourself, your ways prosperous. But it comes from consistency that forms a habit. It comes from consistency that forms a habit. So consistency is what resets values and routines. Daily connection tools, daily affirmations, everything you're doing today will accumulate to when you turn 40, 60, 70, 80. Who you are today in your 20s will determine who you become in your 40s. It's not magic. It's accumulated effort. It's a compounding thing. It's compounding. That's how you make your way prosperous. You're taught the law of repetition. People who repeat, actually, who repeat the right sequence will always be prosperous. Always, always. And then number 6, the law of emotion. Feel it to make it real. Subconscious responds more to emotions more than logic. So feeling confident and loving while you're guiding your child is a thing. Is a thing. Discipline and encouragement should be infused with care, calm, reinforce it. Emotional energy shapes reception. So feel it. Feel like it. And that's why I keep saying that every other should go through emotional intelligence class every year. It's not an option. You see, the ability to feel, the ability to name, the ability to use our emotional intelligence to the point where we need to is a continuous learning for life. I am a standard forever student of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence has helped me more than anything I can think of when it comes to developing myself. The best thing you can do for yourself is self-governance. Can you govern yourself? Can you train yourself to the point where you actually really become? Let's go. And then the next one is the law of subconscious control. The law, guide yourself so that you can guide your child. Your subconscious governs your habit. Your subconscious governs your habit. It governs your attitude. It governs your patience. Your mindset guides your parenting behavior. So cultivate your inner self-discipline. That's why parenting is about you. Your children model what they see. Your subconscious sets the tone for the standard in family. So we read every night. So usually it's like it's a culture. I just pick up my book. I love to read. My husband and I read a lot. So we just read, and the other night I asked my husband to check the twins, and then went to the different rooms. Okay, so what's this person saying doing? It was about 1 a.m. And then he said, oh, that Ife was reading with a book by his bedside. And I smiled. You don't need to enforce some things. You just need to become it. Because the moment you become it, everything in your life changes. So the subconscious control you first. You're not looking for your child to control. Stop looking for your child to control. The book for inner circle, have you started reading? Meanwhile, the same you want to give instruction that will be taken. You cannot take instructions. You're fighting. Do this. You're asking why. Why should they? Do you know have found that parents who struggle to take instructions raise children who struggle to take instructions? I've seen it happen all the time. My children don't struggle with instructions at all because we don't. I'm a woman under authority. Any place I find myself as instruction driven, the first thing I do is to take instructions first. No argument. Is that argument that what is it? You're looking for a child to control you first. If you're not controlled, you can't shepherd anybody. No, you can't. So control yourself. That's the first line of call. That's your point, your first arsenal. Train yourself to take instructions even when you don't understand it. It's a training. And when you do, it rubs off on you and your children. Your children just watch you in environments and you just take instructions. Your children just watch you. They're watching you. They're watching you. They're really seeing you. And they will respond according to how you respond. That's how they will respond. So train yourself. No matter how hard. We were raised in a place where it was as if they give us too much instructions and we're angry, so we're rebelling. So anyway, you come in and you are given instruction to do something, the first thing you do is to fight it. It's a rebellious spirit. I bind you. We call it SR in my team. Spirit of rebellion. I bind you. Instruction taking is learned. And it's a mindset. It doesn't matter who you are. You tell yourself, okay, if I'm in a system that has an authority system, I take instructions according to that environment. That's how it works. Train yourself. Train your mind. You just see your children follow the. I will never have a child that will bring somebody and I'll say, no, this is not the person you need to marry. You will marry another person. The person will argue. It will never happen. I know it like I know my name. I know it. I was listening to Papa. Papa said that our daughter brought 8 suitors, and she said, "No, this one is not right. It's not right until the 8th one." I said it's impossible. I know. I'm an instruction taker. My children will take instructions. Oh, they will. Hey, let me leave that. Oh, they will. You must raise yourself to understand servanthood, to understand followership, to understand leadership. These things work hand in hand. Oh, they do. Oh, they do. So your children are watching you. And then lastly, the law of abundance. The law of abundance and alignment. Align mindset with God's plan. A mindset rooted in gratitude, in faith, in abundance, in solutions. This is very important. Very, very important. So, parenting mindset is like the invisible engine in the room. Invisible engine. Invisible engine in the room. So, what you believe, what you repeat, what you visualize, what you feel shapes your home atmosphere. So, you need to align your subconscious with that abundance. Align it. Align it is a thing. Train yourself to align yourself with that abundance. You know, the feeding of the 5,000, again, in John 6, trusting God's provision multiplied resources beyond expectations. A mindset is rooted in gratitude and abundance is what will attract opportunities, solutions. Scarcity or fear blocks progress. Scarcity or fear blocks progress. Never, ever be in that place. So allow your subconscious, be patient, operate in faith that resources, time, wisdom, influence, everything is sufficient. Scarcity thinking will make you stressed. Abundant thinking will get creativity and joy in your parenting. You need joy in your parenting. And as we begin to round off, you need to move from reaction to intention. You need to move from outcomes to becoming. Stop looking for results. Stop looking for results. You know, it is not about result. It's about report. The Bible says that they report. We believe the report, not the result. The report is what, if your report is good, you automatically have a good result. You need a report. So I want my children to behave. I want my children to have good grades. I want them to be obedient. You're so stressed that your child is not having A's. Reset that mindset. I'm raising a child who is becoming someone who can think, who can decide, who can act rightly. Some of you have first class. Some of you have 2-1. But you can't create nothing. Yeah. Am I saying that making it 2-1 or making the first class is bad? No, I made it 2-1 as well. All right, I missed the first class by 0.011, whatever it is, right? But that's not the point. But I didn't become. It's about becoming. It's about becoming. So shift focus from short-term results. So intentional parenting, you actually steward the two alike together. That's why you're here. Your child is making good grades, doing well. Your child is also becoming. If you allow one to suffer for the other, especially if the becoming suffers for good grades, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. Very important. So what is it becoming? So shift, celebrate process. Shift from control to influence. Before you influence, you become. I was talking to one of my friends' daughters, some of my friends' daughters, 2 of them, and I said to them, you're not looking for, you are positioning for. What is that? I want to make sure that my child attracts the right person. No, when you are positioned for, you are found. He who finds a wife, you don't attract. You are positioned to be found. They're 2 different things. So this is one of the very profound things you need to teach your children. But you need to become it. So it's very easy for you to build influence. I don't need to control anybody. It's influence. How did I end up influencing you to be here? By becoming myself. That's all. So when you become, you position to attract, to be found. To be found. So you'll be found everywhere. The Bible says that kings will come to the brightness of your rising. They will come, they will come, they will come, they will come. So you need to shine your light. You need to shine your light so bright that kings will come. They will come. They will come. You won't go looking for them. Yeah. You won't go looking for them. You're positioned to be found. You're gonna move from fear to faith. Let us keep moving. So everything you're talking about your children, think about it from influence. The level of influence we have on our children, it's beyond anything. It's not control, it's influence. Influence is the most powerful tool as a parent. Oh, we have high influence on the twins. High. If you have influence, everything will go right. Trust me. You need to move from fear to faith. If I don't sleep with my children now, if I don't do this, hey, move from there. Move from there. Lion is coming, he's biting me, he's carrying me away. Move from there. Move from there. Move from there. Trust God. Believe that the things that you're here to do is working. And then move from perfection to progress. Move from results to report. Move from result to report. Is your report. If your report is good, your result will be excellent. Tell yourself, I will grow alongside. As my child is learning, I'm learning. As I'm correcting. Mistakes are your best teaching tool for both you and your child. Stop looking at your child. Stop saying, oh, the tools, I can't wait for my children. The tools, have you finished doing it on yourself? Yeah. Most of us, some of those tools, we can't do it. We have not been able to learn the things those tools is supposed to teach. Teach yourself first. Steward from inside out. And then number 6, you must move from external standards to inner alignment. I just said it. Inner alignment. Stop comparing your children. It's lack of inner alignment. You follow what the society says. Hey, you are there. You are in the inner circle, yet you're running kitty, running up and down. You're inside 1,000,001 parenting group. You will be overwhelmed. Why won't you be overwhelmed? Law of suggesting all sorts. So you need to begin to move from external standards to inner alignment. Inner alignment, inner clarity, what reduces guilt, confusion, inconsistency. Move from noise to presence. I'm too busy to engage. It's noise, too much noise. Reset that mindset. I'm present. I'm attentive. I'm intentional in every interaction. Schedule it. Micro moments. Present builds trust. You can't build influence in your children without being present. Forget all this jargon you're hearing everywhere. Tips, 1,000,001 tips to be present without being there. What does that mean? 10 ways you can, all those things, you curate it for you to come and see people hear the real thing. And that's why if you're following on social media, you will see that the difference is clear. By the time you do 3 months in the inner circle in the webinars, your mouth will be open and you'll be wondering, what was I reading? Stop reading blogs and reading things that shortcuts. Stop it. So move from noise to presence. A quick reset exercise. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what old mindset is holding me back today? Then begin to visualize. What new mindset do I have? Then begin to apply small actions immediately. No excuses. No waiting. Don't do anything. And that is where you are going to be. So identify your current mindset. What am I holding on to that is weighing me down? Fear, doubt, frustration. What story am I telling myself about this situation? I was talking to a team member and, she said something to me like, I don't think I have. I said, don't say it again. Don't say it again. The things you say to yourself is important. Say to yourself, I can do this. Can do this. I can do this. Stop saying can't. When you tell me, the worst thing you can tell me in my team is that it's impossible. It drives me crazy. How do you say anything is impossible? The word impossible says I'm possible. So how do you say that is impossible? So reframe your thoughts. Reframe your thoughts. If a child does something, stop saying I failed. No. Tell yourself this is a feedback. This is a chance to learn. This is a chance to grow. Stop saying I don't have enough time. Tell yourself I will focus on what matters right now. Everybody has time to do what is right, but time. So your brain starts to follow the story, you feed it. Choose the one that serves you. Choose the one that serves you. All right? So pick one priority for this week. Make it specific, actionable, achievable. example, I'll have one meaningful conversation with my child. I will focus on my two today. Pick it. And I want you to create a short affirmation that reinforces your research. I choose growth over fear. I'm clear, I'm focused, I'm in control. You can repeat it to yourself on a daily basis. Take immediate action. Momentum logs in mindset change. Even the smallest step is important. So if your mind keeps wandering back to old pattern, one of the things you want to do is what I call mental detox work. Work, reflect, work, journal, and do the things that you need to do. But most importantly, please take your life seriously in 2026. You have taken your life like it's a joke for so long. It's okay. Now is the time to steward what God has given to you. You're hearing it. You shall be judged by the things you have heard today. I can assure you. So the things you have heard is as important as your life. Please take it seriously and run with it. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an amazing time. And I hope that, that your yellow blanket was not torn. If it was, welcome to the inner circle. That's how we do it here. Remember, the next week, Thursday, there's another webinar. It's now Thursday back to back of Basbos from different angles. And if this was I always advise, please come back to Inner Circle webinars, sit with it, right? Ensure that it sinks in. Take your note and don't procrastinate. One of the worst things that can happen to you in the Inner Circle is to procrastinate. Because before you know it, a webinar is coming on Thursday. We're not waiting for anybody. The train is moving. It doesn't matter whether you are following or not. The train will move. The Inner Circle will not wait for you. Whether you have a problem, somebody died. Even if somebody dies, believe you me, we are here. The people alive are going to continue to move. So one of the things you want to do is to build emotional resistance. Build emotional stamina. How do you build it? Please ensure that you are at the classes. Ensure that you are at the courses. Ensure that you apply yourself. I want to assure you, if you apply yourself to the Inner Circle Learning's teachings in this year, it will bring out you've heard people in the Inner Circle say, I started my business. Shout out to you, the Naira Academy, Money Click. I started my business from here. I heard the things. I started hearing coach. Started running my business. People sell crayfish. It's not crayfish they came to sell. But if you can stay and do, you'll find purpose. Invest money. If you need to sell your bag, sell. If you need to sell your land, sell. Eventually, you will reap more than what you can ever imagine. Your resources are important. Yes, your time, your money, your expectation, your mindset, your everything. Shut down on everybody this year. Tell them stay on one place. I want to focus on my life. I want to steward this life that God has given me. There's no dress rehearsal. Everything that happens today happens and that's it. Take your life seriously. You have played enough and it's okay. Thank you very much and do have an amazing day. See you in the yard. And of course, don't forget that the communication class comes up at the end of the month. Is not paid for others. You don't need to pay for it. It's for you. But one of the things that you want to do for us is to ensure that you send this to your family and friends. Get those people around you to come and begin to listen. Your house helps. People around you, let them learn how to speak. It helps you to also, run your process together. But the emotional intelligence course is open for registration for others who are ready to, get in. I will advise you, please take emotional. If you didn't take any course this year, you see childhood trauma course and emotional intelligence. Those two courses, never miss it on a yearly basis, right? The good thing is that others have a rebate for EI course. Some others already started paying for it. It's available on our sale already, and you can go ahead and just make a move. People have been asking us, have registration for 2027 Inner Circle started? It has started. We're starting earlier. I don't want these I don't have app. Till now, people don't have app. They don't know how to navigate. They don't know how to start now. There's no emergency. Stop living in survival mode. There's no emergency anywhere. Inner Circle, and if you're not Igbo, why? You're looking for an interpretation? Please go and get an Igbo friend. Yes, or you get an Igbo coach like me. Come on now. All right, guys. So do you still love me after today? I hope you do. See you all in the yard. And remember that, yes, like I said, Inner Circle registration already started. You can start registration. Now it makes it easier for us and for us to actually be able to onboard. As you're registering, we're going to be onboarding, and then putting everything together to make it easier for all of us. Have an amazing day, everybody, and see you in the yard.
Common phrases in the Inner Circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an Inner Circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke? Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me.
I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia oh.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and it dey show.
CIP police is coming for you. There is no need harness here.
You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
You are not in the yard.
Why not?